Hey everyone, have you ever wondered why people like Rupert Murdoch and Donald Trump and other billionaires make so much money and achieve so much with the same amount of time that you and I have? Well, there's good news for you, and that is that I'm going to start to reveal to you just one simple system that will show you how so many people leverage their time and their money. How cool would it be if you could multiply 5, 6, even 10 times the results that you're getting with the same amount of time that you're doing? Well, stay with me over the next 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm going to be sharing with you just the simple system that I use that allow me to get a hell of a lot more done in the same amount of time as what other individuals try to get things done, but with a far superior result, ladies and gentlemen. And the good news is it's not that hard. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name's Ian Marsh, and I've really spent the last, since 2007, sharing my ideas and strategies with people, helping them become more effective in business and getting the results that they want. So tonight, what I want to do is just share with you this simple system that I use so that I get to leverage the time and money in our lives, because time is our most precious asset, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you would agree with that. So hang tight, grab pen and paper, because I'm going to be sharing with you will be very beneficial to you, especially if you are, say, employed in a job, or if you're an entrepreneur that just does not have enough hours in the day. So here we go. All right, with my miraculous technology using the wonderful application of XSplit, hopefully you're seeing this wonderfully technical slide in front of you saying how to leverage time and money. All right, well, let's get started with this, shall we? Now, every person at some time in their life asks these two questions. I want more time, or I want more money. How many of you find that there's too much week at the end of your money? So many individuals have that challenge. Well, here's what I'm going to be sharing with you are some simple facts, and that is what you're looking at here is not a number pulled out of my bottom. This is the average Australian earnings of 2018, according to the Bureau of Statistics. So 85,982. How does that stack up with your income? Are you sitting around there somewhere? Maybe you're earning less, maybe you're earning more. Doesn't really matter, but there's a good reason why I'm showing you this statistic. So this is taking into account all of the billionaires in Australia, the multimillionaires and millionaires, and also the people that are struggling to put food on the table. And they put it all into a pile, and they've determined average income is $85,982. So my question to you is, how much are you earning and how much do you want to earn? Now, please don't roll your eyes at me. I do see some people when I talk about this topic go, oh my goodness, really? You're going to talk about goals? Well, I am, and the simple reason is because they work. If you're not regularly determining the goals of what you want to achieve, and if you're not asking yourself important questions like, how did I do in 2018? What do I want to actually improve on in 2019? Then that is one of the biggest obstacles that you're going to need to overcome. Because I can promise you, every successful individual I know of, and I know a lot, make sure that they know their goals and they're very clear on their objectives. When they wake up every morning, they know exactly what they want to achieve. So how much would you like to earn? Let's pull a finger. Now, you got your pen and paper there. I hope you took my advice and grabbed one. So how much would you like to earn per annum? I'm going to use an example here, and I'm going to say 300,000 is what you may like to earn as an income. All right, well, if you want to earn $300,000 for yourself, how much are you currently earning? Okay, interesting question. Of course it is. Well, the gap between what you're earning, and if it is 85,000 and the 300,000 is X. And so we need to be conscious of that and make a plan to help you make that 300K. It's not that hard, and here's how it goes. So let's just assume that you're only willing to put in 40 hours a week into achieving your financial goals. And I'm not making judgments here. I'm not saying you should be working more. I'm not saying you should be working less. I'm saying in this situation, let's say you're putting in 40 hours a week. And also, let's say you're actually taking 4 weeks off a year. Okay, so, and again, I'm not judging whether you should take more or less. Okay, I'm saying, all right, in this example, we're working 40 hours a week and you're working for 48 weeks of the year, and that works out to 1,920 hours of working for the year. Make sense so far? So if we know that we're working 1,920 hours, and that's the gift from God that we have to generate the income we want to achieve, then what we do is we divide the amount of hours we're willing to work into how much we want to make. And in this case, and you mathematicians out there that have said, oh, that's not right, Ian, it's more than that, because I haven't put the cents in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a rounded up or rounded down sort of guy. So let's just round it down to $157 per hour, okay? For all you fine detail individuals there. So if you want to be making $300,000 a year, then you need to be making $157 an hour, 40 hours a week, 48 weeks a year. Are you with me on this? Okay, now this is exciting news because for many of you, you actually now have a clearly defined figure that you need to generate so you can achieve your goal of $300,000 a year. So get excited, ladies and gentlemen, because now your brain is actually saying, aha, now I know what Mr. or Mrs. Smith want to do. I better make sure that happens. And you need to literally indelibly print that figure of $157 onto your forehead, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you why right now. So you now need to be asking yourself, right, what vehicle am I going to be able to use that will allow me to generate at least $157 an hour? Okay, and it could be a jalopy, which many people go into, or it could be a racing car. Now, the jalopy is the sort of job where you might be getting paid $20, $30, $40 an hour. A racing car is where you're more getting paid for outcome and you're generating income $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 an hour. So what vehicle would you like to be in, ladies and gentlemen? Would you prefer to be in the jalopy, where I was just talking to somebody today and they're in their 50s and they're all excited because in another 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? They're going to have the deposit to buy their very first house. How exciting is that? And again, they've been doing the right thing. They've only been making a bit over $40,000 a year, and they're regularly putting their money away, and they'll finally have their 20% in about 4 to 5 years for their house, and they're excited about that. But that's a jalopy scenario of getting to your goal. I much prefer the racing car where you can do it a lot quicker. So you want to say to yourself, all right, what business vehicle or what job will be able to allow me to make at least $157 an hour or more? Okay, and they are out there, ladies and gentlemen. So your action plan is to find a business or find a job that will generate at least $157 an hour. This is where you need to make a strategy, make a plan, and say to yourself, all right, well, how am I going to make that happen? And hand on heart, look, this is not a 5-minute journey, and I'm not one of these people to say you're going to get rich quick and that there's some instant thing out there where you're going to be able to make that money tomorrow. No, you got to do what everybody does, and that's put the hard word in. Learn new skills, be willing and committed, and have a massive, passionate desire to make it happen. But I'm going to tell you, just about any one of you that are watching me right now has the ability to make this sort of money and much, much more. You've just got to be willing to put the work into it initially. Once you've put the work in, then you can relax and chill a little bit like I do these days. However, until then, just put the hard yards in. And that's why I'm saying, it's your choice whether you want to work 40 hours a week. It's your choice whether you want to work 48 weeks a year. But if you get a new skill that can generate you $157 or more per hour, wouldn't you want to be putting in as much time and effort as possible to hone those skills so you can then get that lifestyle and get that world and get that provide those things you want to for your friends and family and yourself? I don't know, your call. Anyway, I digress slightly. So now you know $157 an hour is what you want, and then you're looking for that business or that job that will provide that sort of money for you. And you got some options. I mean, you can go to uni, and after a few years, after you get your graduate, I'll give you an example because I've trained many MBAs in my time. And without doubt, nearly every one of them have said to me, man, I spent all those years, 5 years in uni learning my skills and getting my MBA. And after 4 days with you, I've learned so much. I actually know how to get a client. I actually know how to get results in a very short period of time. And so what I'm saying is you can go to university, you can spend 5 years getting those skills, or you can find other vehicles and shortcut that journey if you want to. Now, the $1 million question for you, after you say to yourself, right, now I know I need to 157 an hour, now I need to choose a better vehicle because the job I'm in right now won't allow me to get it, or the business that I'm in right now has not got the potential to make it happen, or maybe it does, okay? What you then want to be asking yourself is this the best use of my time when you're doing activities, okay? So when you're watching TV, when you're cleaning the yard or cleaning the house or doing the cooking, you always got to be saying to yourself, is this the best use of my time? So when you're doing administration work, are you saying, is this the best use of my time? What about when you're just simply goofing off? You could be saying to yourself, is this the best use of my time? Where I'm coming from here, ladies and gentlemen, is think about the activities that you're doing and should you be delegating them? All right, because if you love gardening, then you should be out there gardening. If you love mowing the lawn or cleaning your home or doing the cooking, if you love that sort of stuff, it's not making you $157 an hour, but if you love it, that's what we're on the planet for, because we want to enjoy life. However, if you don't love gardening and you don't love cleaning the house, doing the ironing, etc., 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 then get someone else to do it. And here's the formula I want you to start using. So if you know that you should be making $157 per hour, okay, for you to achieve your goal, then anything that you are currently doing that you can delegate to someone else for 50% of your hourly rate or less, get them to do it, okay? You don't want to touch it. You delegate it. Either delegate or delete, but get rid of all of the things that are sucking up your time, preventing you from generating that $157. And here's a hint, ladies and gentlemen, most of the money is in the sales and marketing. In any business, most of the money, let me repeat, most of the money is in the sales and marketing of a business. It is not in the doing of a business. It is not in the whacking and cracking, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the actual strategy and working out how you can leverage and how you can get more leads coming in at a higher conversion rate, and then how you can then delegate those leads onto others to generate the income for you. That is how you start to get that real reality and leverage in your time. So, quick recap here. Work out, firstly, how much do you really want to make? Say 2019 is around the corner. So how about you get serious now and say, you know what, this year, and here's another hint. I like people to only go to increase their income by no more than 100%. Now, for example, if you're only making $80,000 a year, then I don't always say, well, I'm going to make $1 million next year. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying that your mind has a good chance of not believing it. So why don't you make a goal of doubling it and say, instead of 80,000, I'd love to make 160,000 in the next 12 months. And then I'm going to find that vehicle that will allow me to do it. I'll get out of a jalopy, I'll get into a racing car, I'll learn new skills, I'll study hard, I'll practice, I'll implement, and then I'll actually generate that income that I want to get. Is that making sense? So you want to be focusing 100%, indelibly print, virtually indelibly put a tattoo on your head saying to yourself, right, I must be making $157 an hour for myself, or work that has the ability to generate $157 or more for myself. And then if you have that indelibly imprinted into your subconscious mind and you're focusing on it all the time, and every time you do an activity and you're saying to yourself, is this the best use of my time? Is this the best use of my time? Well, ladies and gentlemen, pretty quickly you're going to be generating that figure of $157 or more. Believe it or not, okay? Maybe they should do a statue on this. Now, here's the challenge that many of you are going to have. You see, you're sitting in your comfort zone right now. You're sitting in that little place where, you know, if you don't do anything wrong, if you just do your things the way you're doing them, then you're hoping that everything will stay the same. You'll still have food on the table, a roof over your head, and do the minimal things, you know, go to the occasional holiday, etc. That's very dangerous thinking. I want all of you to just take a moment. How many jobs have you seen out there that have been automated now, that have just started disappearing? According to CEDA, 40% of the jobs in Australia are going to disappear within the next 10 years. So if you keep thinking that you just keep doing what you're currently doing and you keep getting the same results you're currently getting, you're wrong. All right, because you are bit by bit going to become obsolete. So I'm asking all of you to start putting new tools in your toolkit. Start looking for answers. Start getting better vehicles. Start honing your skill sets and get to where the magic happens. Magic, told me a Kiwi. Hey, what do you reckon? So get where the magic is, ladies and gentlemen. I love Kiwis. I love New Zealand. I love Christchurch. And I love having fun over there. I've got a lot of friends over in New Zealand. But get where the magic happens. Step out of your comfort zone. I'm going to show you a calculator I put together. It's a really cool calculator here. So bear with me while I do some more magic. Now, I'm hoping that all of you see this wonderful calculator here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the average income into this box, 85,000. Now, that's what the ABS, Australian Bureau of Statistics, say the average income is. And then I'm going to put 300,000 into this box, which is the desired income. Now, it could be 400,000, could be 200,000, could be 100,000. Doesn't matter. It's whatever your income level is. Here's the magic number that I want you to all take notice of. $215,000. Okay, now this is the income gap in my example that you're facing. If you want to be earning the 300K and you're only earning 80K, your gap that you want to cover is 215K. Now that works out to, ladies and gentlemen, $589 a day. Every day that you don't develop a strange or get out of that jalopy you might be in and into a racing car. So if you add into that, and I know interest rates are really crappy from a bank at the moment, I'm going to show you something really, really, hopefully eye-opening for many of you. And that is, let's just say that you wait 2 years before you start to develop new skills and start to get a better vehicle for you to get that income you desire. So we'll put the number 2 into here. Okay, so have a look. By waiting just 2 years, you have actually cost yourself at least $443,698 by waiting and not taking action. So when's the best time for you to start working towards that new income? Now, ladies and gentlemen. Don't wait. Don't say that's a good idea and shared some interesting information. I've been watching Tim Man the Tailor, Toolman Home Improvements, so it's pretty cool. But look, don't wait, okay? After you see me sharing this with you, get into action, get really serious, and get 2019, I mean, it's a fantastic opportunity for you to say to yourself, right, out with the old, in with the new. I really am going to make sure that I get this new income level that I want to get, and I really am conscious of my time, and I won't be wasting that time. So we'll get back to the PowerPoint, shall we, to where the magic happens. All right, so I hope I made a compelling case there for you to get out of your comfort zone, get into where the magic happens, because each and every one of you can literally have, nearly without exception, you can have literally the lifestyle and the income you want. You just got to actually create a valid plan to make that happen. All right, so if you want a business, okay, now here's just a very subtle call to action for all of you, and I'm just being deadly serious here. I believe I'm in one of the best industries in the world because not only do I get rewarded very well for what I do, but I also get to help so many people out there have better lives because of me sharing my knowledge with them. And if you're looking for a business, if you want to get a racing car that can help you generate the sort of incomes that we're talking about in this training with low risk, low capital, low time, little to no staff, and an ability to generate an incredibly high income if you put your effort into it, then consider doing what I do. I mean, where else do you get the opportunity to earn incredibly high incomes helping other business people succeed? I don't know, but if you like the idea of learning about business consulting, I have put a really, really cool webinar together. If you click the link above, then you can actually get access to that. So, or it might even be below. Okay, so it'll either be above or it'll be below, but you'll see a link where it'll take you to a webinar where I share how many people that I've trained have become extremely successful as business consultants, and it didn't matter what their background was or what their education was, or they didn't have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest either for them to have that income. But I just want to recap. Okay, so firstly, you need to know what sort of income you want to be generating for yourself. Okay, and get serious about it. Write that goal down. Then you got to work out, okay, well, what sort of hourly rate will I need to be focusing on so that I can get that income? Then start delegating, okay? Start delegating everything that is not moving you towards getting that $157 an hour or whatever your figure works out to. Find a job or find a business that's going to allow you to generate that sort of income, and then put everything you have into learning those new skills so that you get those abilities for you to have that lifestyle and that income. Just speaking from the heart, guys, this is the same lesson I started learning back in the year 2000 that allowed me to live an incredible life these days. And if you just start implementing the same sort of formulas into your world, you're going to get very, very similar results to what I get. So again, ladies and gentlemen, that's as much as I have for you. If you do want to learn what I do and the idea of you helping other people succeed and getting rewarded very well for it appeals to you, check out the webinar above. I go into more detail on this and much more, but mainly about the consulting world that we're in. And again, if it appeals to you, perhaps one day I'll be having a chat to you. All right, well, if I don't talk to you before then, have a great Christmas, and I will catch up with you in the new year.